Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to Sunday Night is Organ Music Night, French Fire. When I wrote the title for this one, earlier on today, I was thinking, ooh, I'll get a nice picture of an organ and I'll put French Fire on it. And then I thought, hold on a minute, something happened in France a few years ago. Maybe nobody caught up on it, so I thought I'd mention it immediately, but yeah. That could have gone many different ways, but yes, fingers crossed and nothing catches fire here tonight. Sorry for the late start. The little one would not go to sleep, and neither Vanessa nor I could get her to go to sleep, so it took a little longer than expected. What a beautiful piece of music. That was not a French piece of music. This is not even a French organ. It's an organ in Germany by Rieger, which is technically an Austrian organ building company, but they built this organ in a French style. And to start things off this evening, I played a Welsh piece of music. Does that make sense? So a Scottish organist plays Welsh music on a French sounding organ built by an Austrian in Germany. Does that make sense? That sounds pretty European to me. Good fun. Now, tonight we're going to do something a little bit different, but more on that later. We called it French Fire this evening because this is a very fiery organ with a very big French sound. The organ is built in what's called a French romantic style. What that basically means is these reed stops that are very fiery. Yes, they've got a lovely fiery sound to them. And if I have you know, this is the choir organ. Yeah, that's a nice big fiery sound. And of course, down on the pedal, we've got all the really big cannons belting out there. It's a wonderful instrument. Down on the grate, that's a very Rieger sound there. And then here. So, you know, that's the kind of thing. And then one of the other big things for a French romantic organ is well, let's just put a few things together here. Actually, I can show you what I'm doing. Let me quickly get rid of that so I can show you what I'm doing. If I take pretty much all of the 8-foot stops, couple them all together, down on the pedal I've got some 32 sounds as well. But you basically take all the 8-foot stops without the celeste there. You could add the oboe. I'll add that in a minute to show you what I mean. This is a very big French thing as well. Yeah, it's got a lovely sort of big sound. Now this organ is actually two organs in one. We have a main organ, and we have a choir organ, which is further away in the building. Listening on headphones or very good speakers, you will notice that the choir organ is slightly more over in that direction and the main organ is very much in the middle. Anyway, all of these things get together to mean sort of Frenchy stuff. It doesn't necessarily refer to French music, French style organ. Anyway, so we're going to be playing a bit of stuff tonight, and also because we're going to be going out and about soon to record some more organs, and secret to perform some live stuff on real organs as well. I thought it's about time I relearnt or learnt for the first time some repertoire, some actual pieces of music, not just my usual wafty improvisations. I thought we'd do some real stuff. So last night during the tuba concert, by the way, people who were in the tuba audience last night, they know They know where I'm going. They don't know when, but they know where I'm going and what I'm going to be up to. But at the request, a spontaneous request by Jeffrey Ford, wasn't it? It was Jeff Ford, had a very special, spontaneous request last night, which I immediately fulfilled. And it got me thinking, I really need to practice more and do some more stuff. So part of tonight's concert is going to be me looking at a piece of music. We'll come to that later. I will show you my modus operandi when it comes to learning a piece of music. Now that's a piece of music I started learning when I was about 16 and never actually performed. So you do the maths. That's a very, very, very long time ago. And I think we will maybe have a look at that later on, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Learn a piece of music. Let's see how quickly I can learn a piece of music. Let's have another hymn with a bit of improvisation around it, but this time the softer sounds of this magnificent organ. In other words, the main organ with its strings, very central, and the choir organ, closer but over there. So we've moved forward in the church, all right? Imagine you're sitting in the church towards the front, on the right side of the aisle, as it were, and the choir organ is in front of you just off to the right, and the main organ is behind you in the middle. Close your eyes and think about this. A little hymn there by JSB, Gott des Himmels, God in Heaven. A rather nice one, I think, or hope you will agree. Yeah, fun stuff. I see a few people in the old chat there saying they don't like the sound of this organ. That would be Karol Jurgelevich. He doesn't like this one. Well, I understand what you mean, but. I do, of course, have Landau and Steinmeier Berlin as well. Here, very different instruments. Yes, I will give you that. But there's something still very magical about this kind of thing. Something very magical about it. It's taste, isn't it? Some people don't like it at all. On Friday night we had a beautiful English Cathedral organ and it was gorgeous, and some people loved it, and some people wrote to me and said I don't like it very much, but they don't like English organs anyway. So you can never please all the people all the time. That's why we have so many different sample sets. There's something for everybody. It's not the Rieger thing at all. There's nothing but chocolate, by the way. I had a huge Indian dinner tonight. When we were in London 2 weeks ago, we took some stuff home from a supermarket, and some of those things were Indian curry sauces, which we had tonight. And oh my God, they were good. They were really good. It was almost Indian restaurant good. Problem now is I'm completely full and I need something to cut through it, and that is chocolate. Chocolate will cut through it. Nothing beats Cadbury's dairy milk. Anyway, excuse me for stuffing my face while I'm talking to you, but that was highly necessary. What were we talking about? Styles, organ styles. Yeah, and what I'm going to do tonight on this French organ, I'm going to attempt an Italian piece of music. An Italian romantic piece of music on a French style organ in a German church built by an Austrian builder, played by a Scottish organist. So there you are. I mean, we're talking European stuff all the time. Don't forget, organ building is a bunch of fads over the years. That's a good word for you, a fad. And, you know, in post-war Europe, a lot of places built what they called neo-Baroque organs. And basically, and this is just paraphrasing the whole movement completely, but basically, there was no money kicking about to build real organs with a real decent sound. So they had cheap materials, but they had to give it a name. So they called it neo-Baroque, making it sound good. And with a very few exceptions, you can take most neo-Baroque organs and melt them down, and you'll be doing everybody a favour. There are some good neo-Baroque instruments out there, but you have to look long and hard to find them. Trust me, long and hard. Anyway, on with the show, on with our big meaty French organ. This, by the way, this French movement. Why is this a French style organ by an Austrian builder in a German church? Well, back in the 1980s, they were fed up of all this neo-Baroque rubbish, basically. So they wanted something big and meaty again. And it's basically one guy in Bonn, wonderfully eccentric, an old friend of mine, called Hans-Peter Reiners. He was organist in St. Joseph in Bonn, where I used to play when I arrived in Germany. And he installed a French romantic organ, actually built by a Swiss organ company originally, and then tarted up by a German organ company. But anyway, he built a sort of mini Saint-Sulpice organ in that church in Bonn and started the craze of French romantic organs. This one in Düsseldorf, the organist there was a guy called Heinz Terbeuten. Heinz and Hans-Peter were really good friends. And Hans-Peter got in there first with the organ in St. Joseph in Bonn, and then Heinz said, I'm going to do it better. So he got Rieger to do his organ. And so on and so on and so on. And gradually all the French organists started appearing in concert in Bonn on a Sunday night and then in Düsseldorf on the Monday night. And suddenly this French craze came back. And then for a long time, for sort of, I'm going to say for about almost 30 years, Every organ builder was building a French Romantic style organ because of this craze. Now, here in Germany at least, we're going into the, oh, we love English organs. So a lot of places are building big English organs, or they're actually going to the UK and they're taking organs out of old churches that aren't being used anymore, doing up the organs, putting them in churches here, and we've got all these lovely big English style organs now in some churches. So it's becoming very eclectic around here. It's absolutely wonderful. But these are just fashions. They come and go. Over in America, you had a fashion for a while for Italian sounding instruments. God knows where that came from. It was probably one guy in a church who thought, that sounds good. He happened to be very good at marketing, and suddenly everybody wanted one. That's just fashion. That's the way it works. Anyway, here's a hymn. This is an international hymn, so I thought we'd play it on this organ tonight. Everything's international, you get the feeling? Yeah, don't quite know what I was doing at the end there, but yeah, definitely. Tu sei la mia vita. It's originally Italian, I think, but it's translated into a million different languages, number 456 in the German Hymnbook there. And yes, it's originally Italian. There's my link, you see, to the new section, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have something new. Let me quickly get we need a fanfare. Let me get a fanfare. Ladies and gentlemen, it's new! Something new. A new feature. And we're going to do this, we're not going to do this every week, but we're going to do this from time to time. I am going to pick a piece of music I want to play, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to think about it, and we're going to learn it together. Well, I'm going to learn it, and you're going to watch me make a tit of myself trying to do it. The piece of music in question, some people might recognize this edition. I bought this back in the 80s when I was a young boy. I got this in the music shop in Inverness. I know that because there's one of my old name and address stickers in the top corner there. Even with our very, very, very old phone number, which doesn't exist anymore up in Inverness. Oops, off you go. That kind of thing. And this is a wonderful piece of music that I first heard on a CD that everybody, certainly in the United Kingdom, had. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful CD. It was Ian Tracy at the organ of Liverpool Cathedral, and it was just, I can't even remember what it was called, but it was full of organ goodies, an organ concert kind of thing. 0463, that's right, Ian, before it became 01463, that's it. And on that CD was a wonderful piece of music that I thought, that sounds different to all the other kinds of organ music. There was all the usual tat on that CD. I think Toccata Fugue D minor was on there. There were some sort of other toccatas. What else was on there? It was all sorts of things. But it was the Elegy by Thalben Ball was on there as well. And this piece of music was on there. And it's the Scherzo in G minor by Italian composer Bossi. Bossi, Bossi. And Bossi was a very, very famous Italian composer and organist. Composed lots and lots of music, but he composed very sort of gorgeous romantic music that nobody really played at the time. And Ian put this on that CD, and I thought this was wonderful. So I rushed out, and I probably had to order the music from the music shop. By the way, that's what the music shop in Inverness was simply called the Music Shop on Church Street back in the day. And I got this piece of music, and I only ever sort of looked at the first page and thought, that's difficult, and then left it, never really got any further. So tonight, for the first time in almost 40 years, we're going to look at this piece of music, and I am going to run through it with you, tell you about it, and learn it a little bit. The reason being, I'm going to perform it, hopefully from memory, in a couple of weeks' time, when we're visiting a rather special organ out there, an enormous instrument, and this kind of music would work absolutely perfectly on it. Let's just say it would be a mainland European equivalent of Liverpool Cathedral organ, that kind of thing. Anyway, piece of music starts off in G minor, funnily enough, and we need some 8 and 4-foot flutes, preferably on the swell department. So look what I have here. I have flutes there. So the main thing is sort of a very sort of ethereal sound at the beginning. Is there a melody here? I don't know, but it starts like this. Oh, it doesn't do that at all. It does. Is that right? Yes. Okay, let's look at that for the first bit. There's the first however many bars. We have no bar numbers here. Now, that was me sight reading there, okay? So it wasn't 100% perfect. But we have a sort of a... Let's do it like that. Change my fingering. Boom. Oh, no, actually. Why don't I just do that? That's good. All right, so that's the opening there. Obviously the box would be closed. Memorized. The next bit, it's the same thing, but it's in the key, it's in the dominant now, so D major. Let me practice that a couple of times. So we're going to D major and C minor 6, which is rather gorgeous. Okay, so we need to open up the hand for that. I don't have my overhead camera on to show you, but what I'm doing there is, okay, before it was diddle 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 diddle. One hand position, you just sort of rock backwards and forwards and let your fingers do the work, okay? But here we have two positions. We have this, and then we need to open up to go up there, all the way up to there. And come straight back down. Nice. So now we build up. We're going to from here. How are we going to finger that? Oh, we could do that. And then, a very difficult thing, the left hand goes da-da-dee, pum 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 pim pum, which is a diminished chord going to a dominant chord. So we've got this, that kind of thing. So and the melody here in the right hand is the diminished chord as well. We need to get a good fingering for that. That works. No, I changed too soon. Two C's together. That's what sounds wrong. Memorize that. Two C's come together. Because otherwise I'm in a diminished chords running around, and then suddenly two C's appear together by chance. Okay, from the beginning. So that happens twice. So does this. Whoops. Good. That's the first bit. All right. What happens after that? Goes back to the beginning. But then we go to another diminished chord. Ooh, what happens here? Ooh. Now suddenly pedals for the first time. I don't have anything in the pedals here. And obviously the organ's getting bigger and louder, but let's leave it on this for now. Sort of a mad waltz. Diminished. Diminished. Do, 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 do. Full organ. Da, 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 dum. And then we're back to the beginning. Okay, so there's a lot going on there. What on earth is happening? We need to crescendo, 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 crescendo. Let's immediately do crescendo, crescendo. Where shall we go from? Let's go back to here. I hope this is interesting. It is for me. Paid practice, basically. It should be on this manual, really. And that needs to be there, but we need to be building up all the time. Now this needs to be quite big already, so that's really big. I don't have the registrations, obviously, so. And then it's basically back down to. Okay, so you get the idea. This is what the kind of piece of music does, okay? This is all sight reading. The next thing I need to do is do some registration, but we'll do that in a moment. I'm going to look through the rest of the piece. So I'm just going to flick through it. So it does this again. This is all exactly the same until here. Oh, how do I do that? Ooh. Always going back to this note. It's all diminished chords, it's not that difficult to learn. Alright, so that's that. Now, suddenly we have something very different. We need... Oh, there's this bit, yes. So we have a left-hand figure doing this. Alright, lots of legato stuff here. This is a nice little... I think we might actually have some different things there. But we need a solo sound here. That kind of thing. And then up on this manual, we're going to have something like this chiffing along. Check this out. All right, what on earth is that? So it's octaves. So it's A flat, C and F, C, A flat. So that's just a an F minor chord, but in octaves. And we've got to do that quite carefully so that we don't fluff it, which I'm doing every single time. Okay, but because we're on different chords here, da, da, ta, ti, ta, ti, ta. Let's do that again. So we're going cross rhythm. Ta, ti, ta, ti, ta, ti, ta, ti, ta, ti, ta, ti, ta, tum. There we are, that's it. Cross rhythm, pum, 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 pim, pum, pim, pum, pim, pum, pum, pum. Haha, bugger it again. Let's do it again. Dum, pum, 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 pim, pum, 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 pum. That's not as easy as it sounds. especially if you get the left hand wrong. Let's do it again. Nah, why am I doing that? There. Why am I getting the left hand wrong? It just repeats itself the whole time. This is what practicing is all about. Trick about practicing, I'll tell you this in a minute. Come on, stop doing that, Gartshore. One more time. That didn't work quite right. Let's do it one last time. And almost got the left hand wrong there. Final time. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm doing there, I'm practicing until I get it right. I'm one of those people, I don't practice slowly, okay? Everyone will say, oh, you must practice really slow. If you can play it slowly, you can play it quickly. That works for some people. It doesn't work for me. If I can play something slowly, then I can play it slowly. I'm the opposite, actually. I like to learn things really fast and then slow them down, all right? Because my fingers are, I don't have very big fingers. I don't have very big hands generally. I mean, I can stretch a tenth and all the rest of that. But I've got quite light fingers, yes? I've been accused of playing things, you know, very, very fast. How does that go again? How the bloody hell does that go? I'm trying to think how it goes. Ah, that's it. You know what I mean. Anyway, they all do the G toccata. The faster you can play it, especially if you can play it cleanly. Again, Vidor. Think of the harmonies. Down, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on and so on. I practice things fast and then slow them down. That's just the way I've always worked. So this, if I do this quite fast, it works, all right? Because my hands know what they're doing there. See, that worked perfectly because I did it fast. It doesn't make sense, but that's the way my silly brain works, all right? So practicing slowly doesn't work for me. Anyway, that repeats itself a few times. Did I almost say a bad word? I regularly say bad words. My entire life is full of bad words. Can I say a bad word tonight? We were out with the little one. This is a long time ago now. And I mean, she's been brought up bilingually, yeah? So Vanessa swears in German and I swear in English. And our daughter swears in both. It's quite funny. But we were out, this is a long time ago now, we were out buying her a new baby seat for the car. She'd outgrown the little one. And we were in this baby shop down in Koblenz, and warning, rude word coming up. And we were sitting with the person describing what we needed, and it was this very young, innocent chap telling us, yes, this model would be very good because it has this safety feature and all this, the rest of this. And the little one was just sitting there. You could see her, she was very, very bored. She just turned around and very loudly shouted, "Oh, fuck!" I won't repeat the rest of the word, but very loudly shouted that through the entire store. Now, we're in Germany, so it wasn't a German word, but everyone understands that word. And the guy went bright red in his face and had no idea, absolutely no idea how to react. It was hilarious. Yes, so rude words, don't worry about it. We only live once. People who don't swear at all are very suspect. I don't trust people who don't swear. I really don't. Oh, I never swear. I thought, well, there's something wrong with you there. Anyway, right, back to practicing. The trick with practicing is obviously to practice sensibly, all right? So Don't start at the beginning and work your way through to the end, and then if you make a mistake, go back to the beginning and keep going. All the rest of that. Practice chunks. Practice the bits you need to practice, all right? So for example, this. I need to practice this. I mean, I could do that all day, but that doesn't help because it's not the rhythm. So I need to get the rhythm right. See, there it is. It's there. It's in the fingers now, so I'm happy with that. That does it a few times. It then changes key. But it's the same kind of thing. See? I know what's happening, I just have to transpose it to a different key. My hands know what's happening again. Now there comes this wonderful bit, which is a beautiful sort of waltz, if you imagine. We need the organ to be a bit warm and... yeah, that's the one. What are we doing here? All right, so lots of things happening there. We almost burst into a melody here. It's like the music of Benjamin Britten. I don't know if you like Benjamin Britten's music. With me, it's very sort of off and on. But the problem I have with Britten's music is it always sounds like it's just about to break into a melody, but never quite does. There's always this sort of expectation, oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, this time, no. Yeah, it doesn't sort of quite make it into a melody, and this piece of music is very similar, but there are so many beautiful bits here. It's just doing things. Now here we're building up. Let me slow this down so you can hear it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's almost a melody. What's happening there is basic. Let me add the mixture so you can really hum. And you almost expect it to, and off we go into a melody now. Yeah, but it doesn't. We have a sort of melody in the left hand. Oops. This is all left hand stuff. Ooh, where do we go now? Oh, that's that bit. Okay, that's quite exciting. So what on earth is going on here? Is there a melody though? Pum pim pum 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 pim pum pum. There isn't. D minor, A minor, G minor, D minor, A minor, D minor, A minor, D minor, D minor 7. G7. Oh, G minor. This is all the same kind of C sharp diminished. D minor. E diminished. D minor. Shall we say B flat diminished? I suppose we could. Actually, it's not. What is that? That's B7. So all of this is taking us places. What's going on here for the chords? We need to work out the chords. Harmonies. Let's not memorize the notes. Let's memorize the harmonies now. So we start in F major. Then we go to D minor, D minor, D minor, B flat, F, D minor, A, G, D. So it's almost a melody. It's almost a melody there. And the chords don't make sense. It doesn't go where you think it's going to go. You think it's going to go sort of circle of fifths. So, da, di, di, da, da. That would be great if it did that, because it would make sense, but it doesn't. We go from D minor, B flat, F, back to D minor. Okay, so we're staying in D minorish for that. So D, 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 D. That's fine. Then, however, we're sort of heading towards A minorish. And then we're in C major. Okay, now while all of that's happening, the right hand is just playing big chords. That's all the right hand is doing. The left hand is also only doing the same thing. So we've got which we've had for the past few bars. And then here, and then it just plays with the notes from the chord. So D, B flat, F, D, A, G minor, D minor, E minor, D minor, A minor, D minor, and all of this is happening again. My goodness. I've already memorized that. It's even over there. I didn't have to look at it. What the hell is happening here? Ooh, that's weird. That's weird. So we've got... Okay, so it's a sort of... but this is the weird bit. That's not that weird at all, actually, but together they are weird. No, wrong. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 2. Ah, and then we do the same thing in A minor. Where do we go from here? To A minor. Ooh, and then modulation. Ooh, this is weird now. This is new stuff. How do we get my fingers in there? Okay, now did you spot what I did there? I was trying to work out what came next, but I wasn't letting go of the notes where I'd just been. I need to work out a way to get from where I've been to where I'm going, if you understand what I mean there. So all this kind of faff that's going on here. So we're jumping to here. And now I need to get... I need to be on a completely different finger there to get to where I'm going. So how do I do that? What the left hand has to do is this. The left hand has to do this. Dun 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 dun. So, but it's all staccato, which means I can cheat. Da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. Yeah, just cheat. Okay, let's do that again then. So we're going from B7. Diminuendo. Oh. This is about to be the end of part one. This is a big mistake that everybody makes when they play it. This is Rieger. It's actually a B flat major chord. A lot of people play a D minor chord at that point. I've heard recordings of this a few times, so, but it should be ta ti ta ta. That's what it should be. And then we've got more. What the hell is that? That's another diminished chord, but it's down here. Okay, now it's a very deep A major chord. We kind of need a 16-foot sound there. And a 32-foot down there. Okay, end of part one. What happens next? Remember, the beginning of the piece was, well, part two begins with same thing, but now in D minor. Oh, yep, it does. Where are we going? That's slightly more difficult too. Ah. That's an easy way of getting back to. That's an easy way of getting back to where you want to go. That's cheating. That's cheating. So we've started in D minor. I'm beginning to wonder if this piece wasn't maybe just an improvisation. Haha, that's easier than I thought. This isn't though. And it should really. It should do that, shouldn't it? But it doesn't, because he's going. And he realizes, shit, where are we going? We need to get back to a key where I want to be so I can repeat some stuff. So he just goes, ah, sod it. And there we go. Is this all the same as before? It is, you know. Mad Mephisto Waltz. Ah, what's that? Ooh, I need a finger there. Now last time it went doodle-doodle-dum. This time it goes doodle-doodle-dum, doodle-doodle-dum, doodle-doodle-dum. And as if that wasn't weird, it then goes. Here's our favorite bit again. Click, clop, 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 pang. Let's just quickly see if we can get this to work again. For a new key. What the hell key are we in this time? Get off. Now, what key are we in this time? Okay. Got the left hand wrong there. Okay. What is that? D flat 7. Where do we start? There. There you go. That's that. Okay, so that repeats and repeats and repeats. We then go to D7, which means we're going to go to yep. Yeah, that's fine. Oh my God, what happens now? Bum, 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 bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim. Ooh, this is different. Oh my God, this is weird. Now, so we're just doing the same thing but building up through diminished chords. What the hell are we doing here? Yeah. Lots of diminished chords. Let's have full organ for this bit because this is exciting. Almost at the end. Full organ. And we're done. All right, so it's just a mad crash fanfare stuff to the end. That's not difficult. It's not as difficult as it sounds. Okay, and the left hand was going pum 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 pum. that sounds so impressive, but it's so easy. There's nothing happening there. It's just all the same chords. It's just big chords. How do you practice big chords? Memorize key positions. What does a G minor feel like? That. Second, third. What does E flat feel like? What does A flat feel like? What does D flat feel like? Whoops, no, D flat, sorry. G minor. C major. F sharp minor. Memorize what chords feel like and your fingers will just find them. Helps if you have a blind teacher when you're younger. This bit, I love this bit. Hold on, a note was missing. He said famously. That's a lot easier than it feels. Patterns. Patterns. Scales. Pattern. This. Is a pattern. It's a pattern of thirds. All right, so we're going okay, it's just a pattern. Same thing is happening in the left hand. All right, so it's just a matter of getting those two patterns together. They're sort of at cross rhythms to each other. And that's not difficult at all. The rest of it. Big chords. So diminished, G minor. Now the rest of it is just basically piano technique. Don't even need to look. Bumping, 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 bumping. And then more of the big chords again. More piano. Oops, sorry. Full organ. Where's full organ? There it is. Yeah. Can we hear the whole thing played through, straight through right now? Probably not, because I didn't really practice it, and I haven't registered it. What I will do, though, I'll just put on some sort of rough registrations. These are not the correct registrations, but it'll do for a start. Let me try and play the whole thing. Oops. Page down. Oh. Need to change that practice their fingers there. Ah, here's this bit. So I don't have the correct registrations here, but never mind. That's quite difficult. Yep. No, that's not right. Hold on, that's not right. Where are we going? There. Page turn. Now we go to here. What the hell is this? That was too many. All right, something like that. That wasn't quite right, but we're almost there. So what have I learnt? What have you learnt? What have I learnt from that? What have you learnt? Let me know in the chat what you've learnt by listening to me torture myself through that piece of music there. What I have learnt is, once I've got the simple, the end of it, I think actually that's probably the easier way to do it. If I change the fingering completely at the end. Where's the first page? There it is. And then. I'm not sure what's easier to do. Do I finish it on the right hand or on the left hand? Not sure. Let's bump that up a little bit. Oh! Hold on a minute. If I have a different fingering from the beginning, it becomes suddenly very easy. Haha! By God, I've done something. I've done a thing, and it worked. So, no, that didn't work. That's it. Yeah, that works. Haha, fingering. That's quite easy now. And then, that's easier, boys. Change the fingering round and it suddenly makes sense. Right, there we are. That's the first thing I've learned. The second thing I've learned is that there are 1. Now that worked that time. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, that worked. So the fingering didn't work there then, but it did now this time. So that's not 1. Is this okay now? Not 100%. So that needs some practice, that bit, all right? Just that bit. And the same thing here. An A flat, it's an A flat. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have this tuneful bit. That's fine, but what comes after this bit with the left hand? It repeats itself, but jump and then get the fingering back to where it needs to be. Fingering is all about hand positions and hand shapes. All right, and all of these things are repeating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's just fingers. But then that note comes in, which is lower than that one I was just on. So I need to let go and it wants you to do it legato, but you're not going to hear that in the acoustic, so stuff that. Now, this is all repeated figures, so it doesn't matter where it is. I'm just going to jump. This is the same. I'm just going to use the same fingering for each of these figures. Need to remember that. Now, then there's this annoying bit, which is so simple, but it's difficult. That's it. That's all it was. That's 2 bars. That needs practice. Same thing a few bars later. Okay, so that needs a little bit of practice. Those 2 bars, those 4 bars there, they need practice. The rest of it's all kind of stuff that we can either sight read or just go for it. Now that's all a repeat of the beginning. We don't need to worry about that. He cheats and goes back to the original key. That's all the same as before. Nothing new there. The only new thing is theoretically where this changes key. But I've got that now, so I'm not worried about that. It changes key again. Yep, fine, happy with that. Then there's a development on that, which is not terribly difficult at all. How many am I up to? 4 things so far. This is the 5th thing now. So this thing. No. Thing to remember there for me, mental note, legato. Don't staccato it. If you staccato it, you start jumping around and you will end up doing this. You will, oh, I was actually right. And then you'll eventually lose your position, you see. So if you do it legato, you don't let go of the keys. And I looked at my hands and buggered it, you see. That's the problem. Don't look at your hands. I did it again. That's it. My left hand's doing something weird now, which it wasn't doing it before. was thinking too much. And the rest of it's easy peasy. Piano technique at the end. I don't know how low it goes, but it's the same technique. Technique is one right hand pattern and one left hand note. So pattern, new pattern, new pattern, new pattern, repeat. How far down do we go? And just to there, and then we've got arpeggios. That's just that, and with the pedals at the end. And then the end of it is really easy, really. It's just big chords. More piano patterns, this time 3 notes in the left hand, 3 notes in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Repeat. Repeat, change. And end. Okay, there you are. So 6 items that need to be practiced in that piece. The rest of it is sight readable and memorizable. Is that a word? Memorizable? It's a word now. I think an hour of solid practice and I've got that under my fingers, and then another couple of hours of playing through it and it's memorized. Done deal. Right, let's have that ready for next Friday then. And I will demonstrate it to you. How about that? What do you think? Yeah, sight reading. Yeah, Lucy BR. I used to hate... Right, I'm going to read through some of your chats now and I'm going to say hello to you all now. I know it's late, but let's keep going. I'm on form now. I'm ready to go. Let's go back to the chat and see who's there. Tim. Hi, Tim. Robert. Where's your wolf? Way Wolf. Who is Way Wolf? I'm not sure who you are, but you've got a cute picture. Who are you? Let me click on you. Who are you? Do we have it? Can I? Never mind. Oh, I can click there. Who are you? Oh, it's a 1920s picture. All right, cool. Nice one. Werewolf. Where was Werewolf? Somewhere about there. Who else is here then? Cam is here. Hi, Cam. Andrew Prince is here. Hello, Andrew. Come on, folks. We're stuck at 11 tickets. Well, we're on 16 now. I will say thank you to you in a moment. It's working again. I've got it working. The programming for the PayPal stuff had changed. So I got my programmer onto it. My programmer is a French guy called Claude. He's very good. Anyway, there we are. Andrew, thank you for mentioning that. That was very kind of you. Who else is here? Jeff is here. That's our Trevithick QV. That's Jeff. Ian's here. Hi, Ian. As is Ian Walker. 2 Ians tonight. Where's Ian Fleming? We haven't seen Ian Fleming for a good while. Where's he off to? So that's Ian Lavery and Ian Walker. Hi to both of you. Mike King. Hi, Mike. Julian GC. Hello, Shreveport, Louisiana. Okay, who else have we got there? Jim Hobbs from Folsom, California. Hello. Not Folsom, Texas. There we are. I always get that wrong. Lucy BR is here. Lucy Bundy Rowe. Come back to you in a moment because you had a comment there about practicing. Max Huber. Hello, Max from Switzerland. Lovely to see you. Opus. Hello, Opus Tarai. Nice to see you. He's probably gone to sleep now, actually, so we might have missed him. Urza. Hello, Urza. Lovely that you are here too. Ms. Moneypenny. Gunther Upholt is here. Hello. Who else is here? Jeff Ford. Must be 40 years ago. Yes, I know about that. That's what this feels like. Melanie is here. Melanie Hohenze is here. I learned that paying attention to where you put your fingers matters. While it sounds corny, I actually meant it in reference to instruments. My teacher used to torment me with it. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. I hope you're talking about musical things. But yes, you're right. attention to where you put your fingers. Yes, finger patterns. That's what I was talking about. Feel the chord. That's a G minor chord. That's an A flat minor chord. That's an A chord. That's a B flat minor chord. That's an F major chord. It is, and so on and so on. Yes, you have to know where your fingers are at all times, and patterns. If you tell your fingers A minor, it knows to go there. I was right. Yeah. Okay. That kind of thing. Yeah. Be good at putting your fingers in the right place. Yes, thank you, Melanie, for changing everyone's mind there. Who else is here? Who else is here? There's Wolf again. David Ross is here. Hello, David Ross. Where's Wolf from? Are you from anywhere we need to know? And who are you in real life? French Horn is here this evening. Good evening, my good friend. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Oh, Wolf is from Italy. Lovely. Splendid. There you go. Who else is here? Is that it? Is that it? All right, fair enough. Oh, Wolfgang Ratzka is here and he's about to leave us. Well, don't worry, Wolfgang. I won't hold it against you. Splendid. Splendid, splendid. Right, a lot of you here. Now, in the old... Oh, my goodness, the tickets are rising as we speak. Let me go to my little appet and say thank you to... It's working. Alexander started the show off. Stefan on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you. Michael on PayPal. Andrew P on PayPal. Lucian G on PayPal. Mike on Buy Me a Coffee, Jeff on Buy Me a Coffee, Jan on PayPal, Leonhard on PayPal, Jack on PayPal. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Get it? Haha. 2 words you don't want to say on an aeroplane. Daniel G, thank you very much on PayPal. Fraser G on PayPal. That doesn't make sense. Let me go and look at that in a minute. Jurg W on PayPal. Thank you, Jurg W. Ian L on PayPal. Thank you. It says Fraser G again twice. That's worrying. Why am I paying myself? Someone's spamming me. And Julian C. Hello, Julian C. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Also on paper. Let me go and check this. Don't forget, our accounts have been compromised. Vanessa's account was compromised the other day. And... right, let's see what this is all about. Who is it? Is it someone using my name, but not actually... Just double check that. No, that looks all right. There's Jurg W. Hello, Jurg W. Daniel. Hello, Daniel. Hold on a minute. Daniel. There's Jack. Thank you, Jack. And who's this? There's Leonhard. Hold on. What was this? Was this Daniel using my name then? Let me go back and check that again. No, there's Daniel. Where's that coming from then? That sounds weird. It's not coming through, so maybe there's a spam thing there. Or maybe it was my test messages. I was sending myself test messages to make sure it was working. Maybe they only came through now. That's a possibility. I will check that later. Cold sweat time. Cold sweat time. Yeah, right. Thank you to all of you. And thank you to the people over on Buy Me a Coffee. Let's just see let's double check that we're all in there and see who you are. There are still some things on the wish list, ladies and gentlemen. We are, as I promised, out and about soon to go and do some fun things with some fun instruments. And yeah, there are a couple of things still on there that would be nice to have in the arsenal, as it were. Right. We're off. One of the other pieces I'm going to play, by the way, one of the other pieces I'm going to play in a couple of weeks' time. This is the piece we looked at last night, and it's everyone's favorite first movement from... I can't memorize it yet. Can't remember how it goes after that point. We started that last night. We were having fun practicing that. And I got through most of it. But it's a grand movement. My favorite movement is, of course, I'm not going to say my favorite movement, but my favorite part of that movement is when the left hand does nothing, but the feet and the right hand are doing this. There's something just magical about this. Theatre organ take. Whoa! Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. But my favorite part of the whole piece is the beautiful melody here. And then, of course, the end, which is just absolutely bananas. Sounds great on a big French organ. Lovely. The first movement of Vidor 5, Vidor 5th Symphony. That's obviously the one with the fancy toccata at the end. That's another piece I'm going to learn for visiting our amazing instrument. Again, it's in a sort of theme and variations thing, and there are bits that you need to learn and bits that you can just sight read. The big crashy chords are easy if you've memorized what the melody does. Yeah, that bit at the end. You play the melody legato, and you play everything else staccato. And once you've memorized the melody, it's and the rest of it's just big chords. It's just big chords. That's it. Not difficult at all. Someone said, Lucy said something about practicing. Let me see if I can find that, because that was quite interesting. What did you say, Lucy? I used to hate sight reading and broken chords. Ha! Well, again, technique. Play a C major chord. Play it in a new position. Play it in a new position. Play it in another position. Make a rhythm out of it. Okay, now break them up. There's your broken chords. It's just finger patterns. It's what Melanie was talking about. If you have to look, then look at what your thumb's up to. The rest of the fingers will work out where they need to be, but thumb. Practice in the dark, people, all right? Memorize something and then practice in the dark. That's the easiest way to get your fingers to memorize what's going on. Muscle memory, that's all it is. It's all about muscle memory. These things repeat, yeah? We have a C there, C there, C there, C there. In between those C's are the same notes every time, yeah? So once you've memorized where they are and what they feel like, you know where all the notes are. C major doesn't feel like anything because it's only all on the white notes, but E flat major feels like that because there's black notes involved as well. G flat major is the easiest of the lot because there's only 2 white notes in there. For your thumb, everything else has to be fingers 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's the secret. There are 7 notes in a scale before it repeats itself, whether it's major or minor, it doesn't matter. And 7 is 4 plus 3. C to E is your 3 section, F to B is your 4 section. C to E is going to be fingers 1, 2, 3, F to B is going to be fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't matter what key you're in. Let's say you're in B flat major, so you've got, don't even worry about the first note, B flat, just stick to the C bit. Play B flat major from C to C. There's 1, 2, 3, but the 3 is on an E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 is on a B flat. Yeah? Let me put some stops on so you can hear what the hell I'm on about. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. D flat. D flat is in the middle of the C bit, so, but it's a D, so it's going to be finger 2 on there, but finger 1 is going to be on C. Finger 1 is going to be on F, 2, 3, 4 are going to be on the black notes. And it just suddenly starts making sense. It's very simple. Same thing for the left hand, funnily enough, just the other way around. It's 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy peasy. Okay, just think about that. Patterns, 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 patterns. If you want to know more, send me an email. I will write you an answer and help you out, because that's what I'm there for. Let's finish with some jazzy music, shall we? It's late, and you've got an important date tomorrow. Riffs, all right? Riffs are little repeated features. Imagine we take 2 notes. Now these 2 notes. Yeah, and then just add another note at the top. We have a riff. Sounds a bit like a French toccata, doesn't it? Anyway, but it's actually a piece of music by the Duke Ellington Band, but it wasn't written by Duke Ellington. It was written by his bandmate, Mr. Juan Tizol. Oh, cheers. My goodness. Perdido. want to see something funny? My daughter has hidden all of my socks from my sock drawer. I don't know where they are. Vanessa can't find them. I can't find them. And the little one won't tell us what she did. So I've had to break out the Christmas socks again. Perdido, 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 perdido. Yes, children hide things. We've looked all over. We have looked over the entire place 1,000,001 times. Melanie is saying, found our car keys in a planting potty. Potty? You mean pot, I hope, and not potty as in children's potty. Yes. Yes. How old are you? How old is or are your child or children? Will it ever end is the big question. But yeah, we can't find them anywhere, so I had to dig out the Christmas socks, which is kind of cute, I suppose. Right, I think we'll do 2 more, and then I'm going to go to bed. What shall we do? Sod it. Let's do theatre organ. I haven't had any theatre organ today, so let's have some theatre organ. How are we doing? 17. Are we going to hit 20 before we finish tonight? What do you think, folks? Can we make it 20? We'll get going. What's the best? The best we've had so far, I think, was 21. Can we beat that? Let's see if we can make it. There's 18. Oh, good, good, good. 18. Well done. Who made it to 18? I can tell you. Who did 18? Joe! Joe made it to 18. Thank you, Joe. Made it to 18. Yeah, who can make it to 20? Ahuga. You want Ahuga? There's the Ahuga. It's next to my gong. And over here is my cheesy bells. Shall we have a piece of music I don't think anyone plays anymore, which I think is a terrible shame. It's a cute old jazz number from days gone by. It's called Ready for the River. And if you're into your American history, you'll know what that means. Ready for the River. I think it was supposed to be written as a sort of gospel-y sounding thing, but there's nothing gospel-y about it whatsoever. It was written by, it wasn't a trio of Jewish songwriters. Most of these songs back then, there was also Jewish songwriters. It was only 2 of them. Gus Kahn was one of them, but I can't remember who the second one was. Ready for the River, and it sounds, hopefully, something like this. ready for the river. And we got to 20. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. We did it. We did it. Let's finish off with a real hot number. It's going to have to be a Fats Waller number, I think. And it's going to be under T. It's under a different letter than it should be. I think it's going to be under T. Please let it be under T. There it is. I love this tune. I've played it a million times and I will continue to play it a million more. It's called That Rhythm Man. Fats Waller and Andy Razaf, I'm guessing, back in the very late 20s. Fats Waller's heyday, when he was busy writing all those pieces of music. It's in the beautiful key of A flat, and it romps along at a good old speed like this. That's going to be it for this evening, folks. Thank you very much for a long weekend of fun and games. I hope you had a good time. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Italian videos coming very soon, the ones I recorded last year in the summertime when the weather was hot. And after that, some live things from new places. Oh, it's going to be exciting. Take care. See you all very soon. Night, night.
Thank you.